Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Clemente Gomez. I'm a photographer in New York City. And today guys, I want to talk to you about a topic that is really popular and everybody talks about. And it's always kind of like a problem, you know, for a lot of photographers. One of these topics is why photographers, they are afraid to charge for their work. I want to talk to you guys about this because I think it's really important for a lot of photographers to understand this topic and why a lot of photographers they are afraid to charge. Okay, one of the reasons why I think a lot of photographers they're afraid to charge is because they're afraid to lose the client. They don't want to. They're afraid to charge because they're like, oh, if this guy can do it for cheaper, he's gonna get the job and I'm not gonna get the job. And it's something that I think is horrible when you're doing professional photography and especially if you're doing it as a full-time photographer that you have to maintain a family, that you have to take care of your kids, you have to take care of your wife. And I think it's horrible for a lot of photographers to be thinking that way, because at the end of the day, nothing is free, guys. You have to pay for your bills, you have to pay for your rent, you have to pay for everything. I mean, every time you buy a camera, you buy a lens, you buy a flash, any photography gear is expensive. But not only that, you have to pay for marketing, you have to pay for the website, you have to do your taxes, you have to pay our employees if you want somebody to help you. I mean, you have to think about all this stuff that you need to pay, and if you don't charge for your work, how are you gonna make money? So I always seen that photographers are always afraid to charge. Don't get me wrong, when I started in photography at the beginning, I was kind of scared to charge for my work, because when you started at the beginning, it's normal to be a little bit afraid to charge for your work. But guys, you cannot be afraid. You try to see if you can be more confident while you work. Try to see if you can find a way that you guys charge for your time for your work, because it's not only about taking photos, but it's also about editing the photos. And like I say, you have to buy all this gear, and the gear is not cheap. So I suggest you trying to be more confident with your work, with your time. Put a price. Don't be afraid. Let me tell you something. People out there, they can pay. There's people with money. You're gonna find people that probably they could be like, oh no, I don't want to pay you because I don't have the money. I don't this and that. Okay, you know what? Just let it go. You know, somebody else is gonna do it for cheaper, and you just make more money, guys. At the end of the day, I don't think it's about letting your work go for like almost for nothing. You have to appreciate yourself as a photographer and as a creator. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to give value to your work. You cannot let somebody come and tell you how much you cost as a photographer, how much it costs your work, because it will feel horrible if you do this to everybody out there. Imagine if you go to a nurse or somebody and you tell them you need to charge for this. I mean, you don't. I don't go to somebody else and tell them how much to charge for their work. So like, you know, I think it's just it's a preference of what do you want to charge for your time, what do you want to charge for your work. If you don't give value to your work, you ain't gonna make money with photography. And not only that, guys, think about this way: if you charge so cheap, people is gonna take you seriously. People's gonna be like, oh, if he charged so cheap, his photo is probably cheap, right? He works is probably cheap, and they don't take you seriously, guys. And you want people to take you more seriously when you charge for your time, for your work. And like I say, if you want to grow up and as a photographer, you want to grow up and you want to have all this gear, and you want to be able to pay for marketing, and you want to travel, and you want to open a photography studio, and you want to be successful in photography, you need to charge, man. You cannot be scared, guys. You need to charge no matter what. If somebody doesn't want to pay you, let's say you do portraits, right? And somebody comes to you and tell you, oh, can you do me a portrait for $150? Come on, guys, that's ridiculous, you know? Why are you going to let somebody tell you what to charge for your time, for your work? No, man, I think that's horrible. I think that's disrespectful. And it's not nice, man. If somebody come tell you, you tell the price. You don't let somebody come to you and tell you how much to charge. You put the price. If they don't like the price, they can just go and take the photos with the phone, man. I mean, if they don't like, if they really like your work, if they really want to hire you, they're gonna pay. You know, but don't let nobody bother you like that and telling you, oh, I don't know, you know, price to your work. If you want to, let's say you want to charge $600-700 for a photo shoot, charge $700 for a photo shoot. Don't think about it. Nobody's gonna pay for it. No, man, don't think about that way. You have to be confident. You have to be more confident with your time, with your work, with your art. Photography is an art, and photography is not a necessary thing. Photography is a luxury, and if you look at it this way, people that grow up in photography, that have big companies and they're making a lot of money. They're making $10,000-20,000 a month with photography. It's because they're putting value to their work. They're respecting themselves as a photographer. But if you don't do it to yourself, you're never gonna grow up with photography. You're never gonna be able to have nothing in photography. You're never gonna have a studio. You're never gonna travel. You're never gonna be able to pay the bills of your house. So imagine if you don't can pay the bills of your house, you're gonna start having problems with your family, with your wife. Your wife is gonna be like, oh, I hate what you do because you never bring money to the table. And you know what they say, happy wife, happy life, you know? So you guys need to make money with photography no matter what. So don't let nobody stop you guys. I believe in you. Just make it happen, man. If you want to, let's say you do weddings, right? And you want to charge for a wedding, $4,000 for a wedding. You want to charge for a wedding, $5,000, $7,000 for a wedding. Go ahead, do it, man. Trust me, guys. It's always somebody out there who has the money and who's gonna pay for it. So always somebody out there who's gonna pay for it. If it's not that person, if it's not a client, it's gonna be somebody else. Somebody else that really appreciate your work. Somebody that appreciate what you do, man. And it's always somebody out there with that type of money. Let's say you're doing commercial, right? And you want to do products, and you want to charge $1,000, $2,000 for a photo shoot for products, for a couple products. Why are you gonna put yourself down like that? Those companies are selling all around Amazon. They're selling in eBay. They're selling in a bunch of websites. They're selling on Facebook. They do posts on Facebook ads. They post on Instagram ads. The companies are selling products out there. Why are you gonna let yourself go like that for so cheap? And don't do that to yourself, guys. Respect your time. Respect your work, so other people can respect your work too. If you let it go for so cheap, you ain't gonna make money with photography because everybody's gonna, oh, yeah, I recommend you this guy. He did it for me for cheap. And then you know what is gonna happen for you? It's gonna be for you really hard to start growing up as a photographer because you're maintaining a price that now everybody around your local area, they know what you charge. So it's gonna be hard for you to grow up as a photographer because then everybody's gonna be like, oh no, this guy did it for $150. Go with him, he's cheap. Then they don't respect you anymore. And trust me, you don't want that. You want people to respect you. You want people to be like, damn, I like this guy work. He's not cheap and he's not expensive, but I really want to pay his work. So, you know, guys, you need to think about like that. If you don't think like that, you ain't never gonna grow up with photography. You need to think as a company. You need to think as a boss. If you keep thinking small, you ain't gonna make money with photography. So yeah, don't be scared, guys. Let's say you want to do headshots, right? And you charge 700, 500, 1,000, 1,500 for headshots, or you charge like whatever price you want to charge for headshots. And somebody comes to you and tell you, oh, I can't do it for that price. You always can give a discount to a person. I'm not saying that you have to be like, oh, that price. You always can give a little discount, but I'm not talking about a half discount, 50% off. That's a rip-off. They're ripping you off. And trust me, you ain't gonna make money with photography. So let's say you charge $1,000 for headshot and the person tell you, oh, I only have $850 or $900. Okay, then you do it. It's only $100 discount. But now you say, oh, you charge 1,000. Oh, can you do it for 400, for 300? No, man. Why? That's your price. They need to respect your price. Let's say this: when you go to a dealership, right, and you want to get a car, and you see a Mercedes Benz that you like, right? Oh, can you go to a dealership and be like, can you give me the car for 50% off? It's a Mercedes Benz costs $30,000, right? They have cheap Mercedes Benz for like around 30. Let's say that one, $30,000. they have a Mercedes-Benz for $30,000, and you go to a dealership. Can you tell the seller at the dealership, can you give me the car instead of for $30,000? Can you give it to me for $15,000? They're gonna laugh at your face. They're gonna be like, this guy's smoking crack, or what the hell this guy's doing? You know, they're gonna laugh in your face if you go to a dealership and tell them that you want the car for half of the price, right? You cannot do it at the dealership, right? So you need to think as a dealership. You need to think as a dealership. You need to think as a company that is selling a product for a price, and nobody can lower you the price for that, like that. If you're charging $1,000, you're charging $1,000. Now, somebody wants a discount, yes, and a dealership, they'll probably give you a discount, but they're not gonna give you 50%, 70% of discount on the car. They're not gonna do it to you. Never. You're gonna see a dealership giving you a car for 50% off. So you need to think like that. Photographers, they need to think as a company. They need to think as a business company. You cannot be thinking so small like that, man. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to do a video about this topic because I always seen this problem going around with photographers that they're afraid to charge because if somebody's gonna steal my job, because if I don't charge this type of money, somebody's gonna do it and I'm gonna lose the client. So what? You lose the client, you get another one who pay you your price. So what? It's not a huge deal. It's not like you gonna go to sleep in the bottom of a bridge, right? If somebody doesn't want to pay you what you charge, what is the big deal? Whatever. They don't want to pay you, they don't want to pay you. Keep marketing yourself. You know what? Market yourself to where people is with money, with real money. Market yourself to local areas where it's people with money. So that's what it is, guys. And yeah, guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram, all that good stuff. And see you on the next one, man. And keep your head up, guys. We all here in quarantine, and I know how it is. This is a hard time for everybody out there, so I just wanted to do this video, this topic right here, because I know everybody out there is afraid to charge, and you know, that is what it is. So yeah, guys, see you in the next video, and keep rocking those cameras, all right? See you. Peace.